last chance. No beating around the bush.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Blake Production.
Yo, what is poppin'? So I hope you guys had a good Christmas. 2021's basically over, so this is going to be the last Neo video that I'm going to break down in 2021. I'll have a bunch more in 2022 probably, but I just wanted to go over some things here that I'm looking at that I think are good signs, right? So we have here a huge gain in the stock. This was from 2019 until 2021. And then from this whole year, we consolidated. So this entire year from the very highs, January 11th, we've come down and we made the furthest low point of $27.52. And that's like a pullback around 60%, right? So in my opinion, that's a nice, healthy pullback over a long period of time. It's kind of structured, if you see what I'm trying to say here. Like, it doesn't just completely sell off. There's like a pattern happening in a way where it's kind of like smoothed out. So that's a sign that's showing me there's a healthy period of consolidation. The stock's not making lower lows. This level, this trend line, the lower lows are very, very slight here, and we're holding this lower trend line. And it has 3 touches on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and around 3 touches on the top as well. We have like 1 area here, 2, and then 3 around this area. So I'm looking at a falling wedge pattern that's happening in Neo. So the bullish case scenario is that we, in 2022, will get a breakout that looks somewhat like this. Hopefully we come back up to all-time highs. That's overall what I'm seeing in the stock. Why I think it's bullish now, there's a few different reasons. I like this weekly morning star pattern that's happening here off of the lower trend line. This is signaling a potential reversal. It's not a guarantee. Again, these are just signs that the market is giving us. Now, I like the wicks coming off below this $29 range. That's telling me they're rejecting lower prices, right? So over here, we were rejecting lower. We don't want to break down significantly in this stock. That's what I like to see. No major bearish volume coming in yet. That's another good sign to see. So when I zoom in on the daily time frame, I see here we have a massive bullish engulfing candlestick that covers over like 10 days here. Usually that means there's an influx of buying coming in. Now, when I think of this just from like a really basic perspective, like why would somebody want to buy so much here? Well, it's obvious that they think the price is going to increase. So I just like to pay attention to this stuff. Somebody is coming in heavily today with the intention of making gains on their money. So I see massive volume matched with a bullish engulfing candlestick at the bottom of this trend line. Like, why didn't we see a massive one up here? Like, it's because for the price, it's a good spot. So I like the overall action that's happening right now. So what I think could potentially happen from here, I'm leaning more bullish. I do think this is a good setup for like a 2022 momentum play. But what I'm seeing right now is we might potentially get some sort of low bearish volume like fallback here where we kind of consolidate a little bit and then we push higher. So that could potentially happen. We might also just go straight up from right here because we might get an influx of FOMO, right? We might just go straight up to this trend line and then have another higher low being made before we break out. That's another potential thing that could happen. But overall, what I'm trying to highlight is this is a great sign. The bullish engulfing matched with big bullish volume coming in, right? 1, 2, 3 touches of the lower trend line. Overall, like, I think we're starting to see Tesla starting to get like the price action. It's moving, it's getting hype again. We look at Lucid, like Lucid is starting to get that momentum push again, right? So maybe it's time where we're going to see the rotation come back into these EV names, and Neo is going to be one you want to pay attention to. Technically, it's the cheapest one out of Lucid, Tesla, and Neo. And if these are the 3 big players, right, you could be looking at a small discount here on Neo. Then again, this is just a trade idea that I got, and I'm thinking that going into 2022, this is going to be a bullish name. I like the potential return on investment that, you know, could come from here, but overall it's an interesting name. So 100% trade back to all-time highs. It's very interesting. I love to see this falling wedge pattern with decreasing volume on a weekly time frame, right? Like this is so cool to see. Now, what we want to see is in the coming weeks, are we going to get that big bullish volume spike? That's going to be the signal that we are definitely going to continue on in 2022. So pay attention to that. I wanted to do one every week this year, but I didn't have enough time. I slacked on it, so I only got around like 30 out of 52 videos this year for NEO. But I'm looking for an interesting stock to pay attention to, so maybe we'll continue this into 2022. I like what's shaping up here, and it'll be interesting to see. Peace, guys.